What is good, guys? What is good? Stefon Diggs, bro. I haven't talked about him, but Stefon Diggs is a really polarizing player. Like, there's just a lot to unpack when it comes to Stefon Diggs, right? Like, right now, he has, like, the lawsuit stuff going. We'll see what comes from that. The whole, like, Cardi B thing in the Super Bowl, with them breaking up apparently during the Super Bowl or right after. And then he gets cut by the Patriots. And, you know, the kind of the, like, most shocking for me when it comes to Stefon Diggs is when he signed with the New England Patriots. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I could see him messing around, going for like 600, 700 receiving yards. What I didn't expect is for him to go for, what did he go for? 1,123 receiving yards with 5 touchdowns. Like, I was like, oh shit. I was like, he's actually pretty good with the New England Patriots. And, you know, him being on the New England Patriots, signing with them, I was like, hey, we're expecting Drake May to take the next step. They just got Vrabel as their head coach. Big things for the New England Patriots, right? But them signing Stefon Diggs and that Vrabel attitude, you know, he kind of has that Patriots type of vibe. I was just like, I don't see that meshing, right? I just don't really see that happening. But sure enough, bro, he was on the squad, and, you know, I think just with everything going on, they're just like, okay, you know, like, he had a good season. We're not really trying to deal with that, while also the New England Patriots probably trying to just put money elsewhere. I'm sure that also was part of it. But they got rid of him. You know, they ended up cutting him. And I just look at it and I'm like, Stefon Diggs is sitting at the age of 32. And honestly, as crazy as it sounds, I still think he has decent value in this league, right? Like, I don't know what's going to happen with all the lawsuit stuff. I have no idea. But assuming he can still play, if he can still play, I think he can bring value to a team. I really do. Like, a guy sitting at 1,100 receiving yards, and what are we? We're like 2 years removed from, 2 years removed from him being with that ACL injury on the Houston Texans, right? And like, we've seen this guy around. Like, he went for the Minnesota Vikings, he went to the Buffalo Bills, and things were kind of weird with him and Josh Allen, right? And I don't completely put that entirely on him. Like, I don't know the full scale of all that, but it's not like we haven't seen wide receivers and quarterbacks have that type of shit going on. There's quarterback and wide receiver relationships in the league currently right now where things are weird. So Stefon Diggs ends up leaving Buffalo. They trade him to the Houston Texans. He gets the ACL injury on the Houston Texans, right? So he didn't even get a full season. And then the next year, of course, he signed with the New England Patriots this past season. And he had a pretty good season. And, you know, him sitting at 32, he is getting up there. He is getting up there. He's running out of time. But it honestly would not shock me to see Stefon Diggs play another 3 years. It just wouldn't. And to see him play another 3 years and, like, look pretty decent doing it, right? Like, dude, there's not a lot of wide receivers that have done it, but I mean, we watched Steve Smith Sr. play until he was 37, all the way up until the end. He was still pretty good up until the end. Steve Smith Sr. was still balling. And so I look at Stefon Diggs coming off a season where he went for 1,100 receiving yards. Year and a half, 2 years removed from his ACL injury. I'm like, he looks fresh. And depending on whatever happens with all this off-field stuff, and that's another thing you got to unpack too, right? Because some teams just don't really want that type of distraction on their team. And you got to admit, like, certain things with Stefon Diggs just kind of bring, you know, there's a little bit of drama there. And some teams honestly just do not want that shit on their squad. But I do think he could bring value to a team. I really do. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, because I'm like, dude, Stefon Diggs can still play. He can still play. He's not like his brother Trayvon. Like, Trayvon, it was kind of weird with the Dallas Cowboys after Micah Parsons got traded, right? And of course, he was dealing with the injury too. Trayvon Diggs, I don't really feel like he's that dude anymore. But Stefon Diggs, I still feel like he's kind of somewhat of that dude. I still kind of see that dog in him just a little bit. He's not like what he was, right? 2022, 2023 Stefon Diggs. But I'm like, he can bring value to a team. So it'll be really interesting to see, like, what happens with whatever he's got going on. Because I'm like, there's still some left in the tank, in my opinion. But I don't know, man. You guys let me know what you guys think about Stefon Diggs and kind of his future. there's just a lot there when it comes to Stefon Diggs. So I feel like it's something you got to talk about. But yeah, you guys let me know down in the comments. Be sure to drop a like, subscribe to your boy. Always do is talk football here, man. Always do is talk football here. But yeah, appreciate you watching. It's your boy Shady Luke, and I am outie. Deuces.